Fear the Wild with Matt Becker, John Norris, and Ggreg Chaille.
Hey guys.
Hold on, my air conditioning's still going.
There. Now
God damn it.
Now we're without air. Must get air, John.
Yeah. Breathe.
Hi, John. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. Happy Thursday.
You over your jet lag or jet lug? I don't know how they pronounce it.
I am over my jet lag. Flying to Germany, I didn't really get jet lagged at all this time. But coming back, I was waking up at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. for like 4 or 5 days after I got back.
So it was a 9 hour time difference?
I think it's a 10-hour time difference. It's a 10-hour time difference with Alaska.
So do you usually wake up? I mean, how does the math work? Are you're just all fucked up anyway on times and sleep patterns or what?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really put a lot of thought into it. I just know it was messed up. I'd be like super tired by like 7 p.m. and I was like falling asleep, trying to watch a movie or something by like 10 p.m. and then I'd wake up at 4 a.m.
Well, do you think it was like Schindler lag time? Like you were waking up going, if I hadn't gone to that museum, I could have had another beer.
Exactly.
Like you have those panic attacks.
I just don't figure that the time difference is weird. It's like 10 hours, but then you're waking up at 4. Do you usually wake up like at 6 p.m.? I don't know how that works.
Well, I'm back to my normal, just like sleeping 12 hours a night. So.
Oh wow! Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
12 hours. That's where my 4 extra hours went.
Yeah.
If I don't get 12 hours, I'm pretty much useless,
Sleep it forward. Yeah.
12 hours, John. You're definitely a millennial.
That'd be weird. One day we're just going to get paid and sleep. You ever think of that? They'll just change it where you work and then you're like, dude, can I get your sleep today? Cause I'm really tired. And they're like, no, I kind of wanted it.
Just kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah. You'll just work nonstop.
Dude, you owe me.
Yeah.
Remember that one time when you had to drive to Vegas? You were like totally running behind. You wanted to go straight through. So when you got there, I gave you an extra couple hours. Come on, man. I knew you were going to do this. You do this every time.
I just want to sleep. Keep working the cog.
I've got so many German snacks to send you guys. I got them all in a box. I just got to take them to the post office. Tomorrow, there's going to be snacks on the way to you.
Nice.
And I got doubles so that we can each from Alaska. I can eat them and you guys can eat them there.
Oh, great. So these are roadside snacks as per our usual. It's kind of a
Autobahn bonbons?
Autobahn bonbons.
It's kind of a running series here. Sex robots and Autobahn bonbons.
Places you wouldn't want to pee, but you'll eat.
I wasn't really on the road because we were taking the train. But these are snacks that I picked up either on the train car or just at the like little grocery stores around town. They're road snacks, and also a lot of canned meats.
Oh.
Because everything in Germany is like a meat, cheese, beer. That's what everybody eats all the time. So.
Right. That's why Anthony Bourdain killed himself. Was he couldn't stand another meat and cheese breakfast, so he went, fuck it.
So
that's fair.
So that's coming up, John. Yes?
Yeah.
Jawohl.
Yeah, it was a good trip. It was, I was really tired by the end of it because I felt like we were just like, I was drinking way too much every single day. And, I was looking forward to not drinking for a couple of days. And when you're in Germany, you can't like not drink because everywhere you go, they're selling like giant liters of beer, or it's like a vineyard and there's wine everywhere. So it was nice to come back and not drink for one day. And now I'm back to drinking every day. So
would you say that your experience there in drinking every day, I assume everyone you were traveling with was doing the same thing you were doing, drinking every day?
Yeah.
Were you the only one who chumped out?
Probably.
So the Germans are all bellying up every day in, day out. This is a normal for them. And in a couple of days, you were like waving a white flag, kind of.
I don't know, because it's like, so we went to Munich. I'd never been to Munich before. And Munich is like super touristy because that's where like Hofbrauhaus is.
Did you
and
go?
All the big beer gardens,
to Hofbrauhaus?
beer halls and stuff. Yeah. And I looked around, and it was only like tourists that had the big liter beer, like the big beer mugs.
Oh,
like,
the Stein.
Yeah.
It's only the tourists. All the Germans are drinking like, you know, a pint of beer or a glass of wine.
They're drinking
So I think
schnapps from their walking canes. This is how we do it here.
I've fallen for the tourism trap where they're like, oh no, everybody comes here. They drink at least 3 gallons of beer a day. That's what you have to do if you're a tourist, and you give us your money and then you leave.
This reminds me of Vegas, yeah, when you're downtown and they're drinking out of those fucking log tube fucking drinks.
The bone.
Fucking just shit, and it's all just garbage booze that probably got recalled, and they're drinking it, and they're like, oh, are you from here? Yeah, that's why I drink a big fucking clown drink, you idiot. No, I'm clearly not. So the Germans, they just drink out of regular, just pint glasses. They're not wearing lederhosens. A lot of them wearing lederhosens.
Or just a bottle. In Munich, there are a lot of people wearing lederhosen, just like, I don't know.
Touristy. He said it. It's touristy.
I knew it.
What do you mean you knew it? How does that?
I think it's people going to work, but you'll just see like,
lederhosen?
Yeah, they work at the lederhosen factory.
You'll just see older people just like wearing lederhosen in the park feeding birds, but nowhere else in Germany. It's only in Munich. So like Berlin is just like it's kind of everybody looks like somebody from a big city, but Munich is weird, and I wasn't expecting it. I can't imagine going there for Oktoberfest when there's like 50,000 tourists like all at once, just like
50,000. 50,000 is what they seat at the Super Bowl, dude. I think you'd probably get a couple million people travel to Munich for Oktoberfest.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
Like the service is already bad everywhere you go because everybody's dealing with tourists and like they're sick of it. So like, I can't imagine Oktoberfest when they're just like, maybe they'll put a beer on your table and walk away, and maybe not, and like nobody will talk to you.
All those shows I've ever seen where they go over there, they get served right away. All the travel shows,
yeah, it's really
just some guy. I'm a carpenter and I like to drink beer, so I'm going to Germany. And bunk.
As an American, John, if you go over to Oktoberfest, as is per usual for Americans traveling to Germany, you will have missed Oktoberfest because it's actually in September.
Septemberfest. And they did that. I talked to a travel agent one time. She said, that's the biggest mistake people make.
Is they go during October.
They book it themselves.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, you're
Why
going
not?
after it's over. Like,
you get to help clean up.
Yeah.
Like the Japanese soccer team.
They get there. Everybody's hungover. And there's nothing but like lederhosen and empty like beer bottles all over the ground.
Yeah.
So, like,
never pick up lederhosen you find on the ground. They're there for a reason.
It's like going to Indianapolis 500 a week after it.
Yeah.
You're like, wow. So I just went to Indianapolis is what I really did.
Drove through it now. John, I was at Oktoberfest, the tail end of it, because, I think we got to Austria. I can't remember what the fuck it was. It was at the very end of it, and that's when we're like, what, why are we going there? Isn't it in October? And, it was crazy. There is just thousands and thousands of people, everyone drinking, and they had like the scariest, they have those carnival rides, like you see in the old days, the swing that goes around. Mm-hmm. And it's just a little belt.
Maypoles. Yeah. They're like maypoles.
Tons of stuff like that. Crazy loop-de-loop roller coasters that, you know, it's carnival style. I don't know where this stuff comes from, but, yeah, it's basically going to Mardi Gras during Mardi Gras. It's really, there's other things you could probably do. It's just a big carnival is all it is.
Well, everybody told me that they do Oktoberfest all over the place, and it's much smaller and, more manageable. And like, if you don't go to Munich, if you don't try to go to like the biggest one.
Yeah. That makes sense.
If I lived in somewhere shitty, I'd go, yeah, you should come here.
Yeah.
So much more manageable. And you get the same shitty service, and they're like, oh, you're not going to tip me? Why don't you put on lederhosen, loser?
I lost them. You don't have to go to the state fair to risk your life on a shitty carnival ride. You can go to a Catholic carnival every weekend.
I'm sure you go to fucking Dusseldorf or whatever. I don't know enough small cities. But
so I was shocked in Munich by the panhandlers, because I don't know, I'm from Anchorage and I'm used to panhandlers are everywhere, but it's like they like plan their panhandling in Munich, because we'd walk down a street and there would just be like 8 old ladies with fucked up legs, like with their like weird twisted legs all like splayed out on the sidewalk asking for money. And it would be people with messed up legs over and over and over again. So it's like they were all like planning like, all right, everybody with fucked up legs, we're meeting on Williamstrasse at 8 a.m. and that's our time. Don't let anybody else on.
They're probably supposed to be a block over, but with the fucked up leg. They just went, I'm stopping here.
But then the next day, it'd be a totally different group of people. It'd be people with like face abnormalities, like, but a whole group of them.
So you think they have gangs of?
Are there gypsies working the corner, and then all of a sudden they push out the gimp lady, and
yeah.
I mean, it's probably like swap meets, first come first serve. You get the
sounds like a geek squad where they they have a pecking order where they're like, what are you going as for Halloween? I'm going as a businessman. Get some burlap.
Do they have a young kid, totally able, wearing a suit, holding a gas can?
Saying something about Vietnam.
Swinging the other way. Like, look, I went to the effort. I got a thrift store suit. I just need some gas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's all the complaining I have. Oh, I could complain about the German train system, but that's boring. But there's great stuff. I went to Stephanie and I went to a nude bathhouse.
You did. Good for you.
We didn't know it'd be like, so we knew it was like nude, but we thought it'd be like optional nude.
Swingers. That's what he's meaning to say.
Yeah.
He's trying to say. We thought it was going to be a swing
We
thing.
can look without.
Yeah.
So when we got there, they were like, at the counter, the dude was like, oh, you're American? You probably don't want to come in because you can't wear clothes. And we were like, oh no, we're going in.
Yeah, you don't tell us what to do. Clearly
we're
American.
Going in. We just, we're going to rent the towel. We also want the robe because we get just like extra towels so we can really cover up. And, but we went in, walked around naked, and we were like the youngest people there by like, I don't know, 25 years, 35 years. Is a good, reminder of what, my balls are going to do in the future. Just fall below my knees, swinging around.
The Fourth Reich.
There was one other couple that was like young, and it was this dude who looked like Jesus, and he had his like Asian girlfriend. And at one point we walked by this room where they had foot baths, and he was like reading a magazine, and his Asian girlfriend was like washing his feet, and we just like couldn't look away. It was
as
like,
it should be.
I wanted to paint a picture on like the roof of a chapel of that.
John goes into the foot bath, puts his feet in there, and he's, sir, you have to remove your shoes. I know you're American, but you got to take your tennis shoes off.
But here's the thing. He clearly wasn't Jesus, because Jesus was a Jew. and anybody knows. No, but anybody knows. Why would you pay to go do this when, if your girlfriend's washing your feet, you could have done this at home? Why do you need the attention?
But you could get people to watch. It's harder to get people to watch at home.
I don't know, Buzz.
Jesus is the foot washer too.
Yeah.
I don't understand this.
Role
well, maybe
reversal.
it's his day off. It's like, look, man, the person who needs the massage the most is the masseuse.
He's convinced her this is equal rights. Here, you wash my feet. Yeah.
Well, how exciting, John! How exciting!
Yep.
You do realize the problem with your statement back to your retort when he said, "Oh, you're American, you probably don't want to come in here," and you're like, "No, we're coming in, but we want everything that you have. We'll take the curtains. We'll take placemats
with like a sleeping car. Yeah.
Is there a sleeping bag I can hop around in from station?
And you don't have those hand dryers, right? You have paper towels because." I am not going to hand dry naked.
What else do we do?
Well, I do want to tell you that my situation was similar when we went over to Austria. I was there for a couple of months, and we was there with it was an exchange program. We're all students over there, and the pension or hotel we were in had like about 20 rooms, and there were about 18 rooms taken by us. So there's really no one in there. So the owner let us do whatever we wanted, and connected to it was an old spa that just ran basically on the honor system. You just go in, and if you wanted beers, you just had to replace them the next day. And it had the same thing. And it was it was really only us. I can't remember any time anyone else went in there, but it was the same thing. it was weird when someone went in with their shorts on. You know what I mean? That was the odd thing because everyone else was naked. And they had this really cold fucking pool. It was like just about ready to ice over. We would jump from
the same.
Yeah.
And in the one we went to, it was like the main pool. So it was the coolest looking one. So I just thought it was like a big warm pool. So I was like, I'm going to hop in this fucking cool warm pool. I gotta get my dick underwater so I feel more comfortable with everybody looking at me. And I jumped in and it was like it was about to freeze. And I was just sitting there like, I gotta get my dick out of this really fast.
Yeah. And then what? Now you're going, give me 2 more towels.
I know.
But no, that's weird. I think that's a learned behavior. The first year you open one of those places, you go, let's have a warm pool. And they go, no more warm pool. Let's go completely icy cold on this
They start peeing when you start warming it up. But we would go from the sauna, which was like not a small one, like Doug's is like that big barrel.
Right.
This was a big sauna. And you'd get that thing fucking going, and you couldn't sit on the top level because the steam would be, but you'd stand in there as long as you could, and then it'd be like, who's gonna be the first one to jump out into the fucking, because it was 2 steps into the ice cold chill pool.
That's the national sport. That's the national sport of Sweden.
What's that?
Isn't sauna competition? I forgot what they call it, but that's like an actual sport in Scandinavia where they like crank up the heat in a sauna and see who can stay in there the longest.
That is borderline like that's suicidal.
Well, they do that.
Oh, people get like burns.
Yeah,
people get like burns across their bodies.
But they do that in India. They just don't have the sauna
or the cool pool.
Yeah,
they don't have the cool pool.
They just stand there and go, I can do it one more year.
I just saw a thing on the heat wave that's taking over the globe right now. And in Japan, like 40 or 50 people have already died from the heat. And the reporter was in talking to this one guy, and he's just wearing like a white bearded t-shirt. He's like 80 something years old. And he has an apartment and he refuses to turn the AC on. It's like 115, 120 degrees. And he goes, I
like his stay with it. You're going, nope, we're not doing it.
He's got fans blowing hot air around. It's like a convection oven.
People dropping dead everywhere around him. He's like, nope, we're not doing it. We're not falling for this scam. We'll turn it on in December.
They've walked into these rooms where people have, like elderly people, they've passed away. They've expired because of the heat. And they look up and there's an air
room and die.
No, they walk in because they're not answering the messages. People it's a welfare check, right? They go in there and the AC's turned off and they've died, and it turns out they died of heat exposure.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
No, it's expensive. It's a very expensive place. Who wants to live longer broke?
Well, that's the air conditioning I want to put in here at the funhouse. It's like, this must be so good that they don't want to waste it.
Yeah.
Even
Actually,
in depth.
we should get a hold of check their WAN ads over there. John, you interested in flying to Japan? You're closer.
Craigslist.
Grab us some air conditioners, slightly used, sold by the grandkids. Yeah.
It's not. I'm wearing a jacket right now because it's like 55 degrees in Anchorage, Alaska right now. So.
Wow.
The heat wave hasn't affected us.
Phoenix is twice that hot right now.
Yeah.
I always said I never want to live somewhere where you can still double the temperature. And now I'm at the place where if you double it, you're not living.
Well, we get the heat here, but
in Bisbee, yeah, we're
at 5,000 feet, so it's a little bit different. So, we've kind of, it still gets over 100.
Oh, John, we decided to go to, New Mexico because Becky's dad came down, and the first thing you do when you come to Bisbee is go somewhere else. Anyway, so we just did a day trip to go to what was going to be really cool. It was the Institute of Hot Peppers.
Oh.
Do you know what that? It's in New Mexico. He's been buying stuff from them forever, and he loves hot peppers, but they are the authorities. They're the one who set up the Scoville scale.
Really?
Yeah. So we're going to go to this place, and they have pepper techniques. They got seeds that are rare you can't even get. And you go, we're going. And we get there because
Carolina Reapers.
Huh?
Carolina Reapers.
Carolina Reapers.
Yeah, but they got some that are like, just different like that. Like it looks like a tomato, but it's death. And you go, I want that. That's a good trick. But a BLD. Yeah. So we're gonna do. So we take off anyway. We take off to go do this quick trip to New Mexico, which was beautiful. Had a blast. But, we did get there, and then they were tired because people need to sleep all the time around here, everywhere.
Wait, who's tired?
Becky and Romy decided, well, we'll just take a nap.
I thought all of New Mexico was tired.
Great hotel in Las Cruces. That's where it is. They take their nap, they get up, and I start going on the internet there, the World Wide Web, and go, hey, how much did you research this, Romy? And, because it's a Friday, John, as you will. Yeah, they'll be open Monday morning, first thing. They're fucking closed. So we ended up going to Silver City. But the point of the real story is we left. We came down here for storms, John. We want to see these monsoons they brag about. And we left
I want to see them too.
We left during one that old crusty guys that have saddles that just walk around town muttering said it was the worst they've ever seen.
It was pretty bad.
Really?
I'm gonna send you a video right now, John, of the that slough out front that Becker wants to go fishing in.
The fishing thing.
Yeah, it turns out during a monsoon you don't want to. Because there are lightning strikes all over. There's lightning strikes where you can't even, the thing where you hear the clap or you see the lightning and then you count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi until you hear the lightning or hear the thunder.
Yeah.
You couldn't even do a 1 Missa.
Yeah.
It was that close. Whoa. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I mean, that's not very scientific.
Huge tree across the street from us. Gone, John. Just taken down.
So you have a lightning rod in your yard, right?
No, my neighbor does. But now that the ground's a little moist, I can probably dig it up.
Does a lightning rod keep your trees and stuff safer because it attracts the lightning? What is it?
After I read more about it, they kind of said you're kind of looking for lightning with it. It's equivalent to a bug zapper, John. They actually made them kind of retort on bug zapper. Because if you put a bug zapper up, it does kill the bugs because it electrifies them. But they said you wouldn't have had all these bugs if you didn't have a goddamn light going all the time. Yeah. So
it's like Head and Shoulders.
Yeah.
It kind of stops dandruff, but it kind of starts it.
Yeah, it kind of removes your scalp.
Oh, what happened there? Did we lose him?
Oh, I clicked on your video.
Oh, wait.
It worked.
How did you get it?
I don't know. I got it in a text message.
But you clicked me off on, can we get your video back here so I can, see you?
Yeah.
You killed the video for our feed. There
it is.
That's what I was looking for.
All right. I saw 2 seconds of all the water coming down. I got the picture. That's a lot of water.
Send him a picture of the tree knocked over. That's a huge tree. But
that seems dangerous. That whole moat thing you guys have going down the middle of the street seems really dangerous.
Oh, well, hold on a second. It seems dangerous if you're standing not wanting to not get hit by lightning by a torrent of water, but that water would be flowing in our streets. That would be in our basements. I mean, that's all of it.
Since 1836 they've had.
Well, there's a stamp on the side from the Works Progress Administration.
But that's when they rebuilt it. I have the picture from 1917 and it's running down there.
Oh wow.
So yeah. They fixed it.
So what you're saying is people shouldn't live there. Is what you're saying?
No, John, we can stock fish it's completely dry again. So I wouldn't do it a lot, but during a rainstorm.
Becker, I went out there, man. I was freaked out.
You guys are Nancy's though. I mean, Tracy too goes, oh, you get hit by lightning. I go, our tree's been here since 1851. I don't know. I'm guessing.
I guess
if you put the fish in there, you could just wait until the water runs out and then just go pick the fish up afterwards.
Oh.
Or a big net at the end. Dump them.
Dip net.
We'll get the walkie-talkie. Chaille, dump the fish. And then you have a big net at the end.
I rent poles out. You're just out there trying to snag them. The weather's a little bad, but everybody's wearing rented rain slickers.
I mean, you could just skip the middleman and just not put the fish in at the beginning and just have the fish. Does that make sense?
Well, John, look. It might seem like that's the way to go, but where's the sport in that? And what we're really trying to do is improve the tourism here in Bisbee.
Yeah, and that's great. I mean, that house looks so much better without that big, huge old tree. and our gin company is starting to really take off. Because now we easily have. I figured out how to measure it. I tell you on the Alligator Juniper. They finally explained how to measure it, so I measured the trunk.
And it's circumference of the trunk.
Yep, it's 170 years old.
Whoa!
Oh, you use the measurement, the circumference of the trunk to tell you how old it is.
0.06, and at 170, it starts growing at 0.04. So it's actually, it's right in the 170 is where it matched right with 170. So now I'm sitting there going, it could be 190.
Well, the only other way is to cut it down. That wouldn't help.
No, we're not cutting.
No, I'm saying it's like to really get
Joby, stop setting fireworks off in my tree. He immediately on 4th of July sticks this flaming thing in my tree. I go, what are you doing? It's the oldest tree in Bisbee.
John, you can see right there. That's the tree that fell down.
Hold on. I'm going to look, but you guys might go away.
That's all right.
Yeah, but it's like
it's in the message area down below. It should be fine.
Oh, there we go.
So they've already cut.
How tall is that tree?
They cut down a little bit of it to get so you could drive by, but that's a crocodile juniper like the one in front. That was the second oldest tree in Warren, the district we're in.
So now is Becker's tree the oldest now?
Yes,
it always
was, but there's no catching up now. So,
so now you're eliminating the competition.
Sure.
I wasn't even there, John.
It fell.
I wasn't there.
It fell.
God did it. But he kept
I
ours.
think it helps the curb appeal of that house. For sure.
I've never seen that house like that, John. They tried to sell it a couple of years back, and I don't know if they got any buyers, but now you go, it's adorable.
Oh, it looks well, see, the thing is, a lot of the homes out here, once they were created, then, because there's 45,000 people living out here at one time, they created little apartments. Mm-hmm. Like our place, that's why there's no it's not really a true bedroom because all it is a square room. There's no closet. Mm-hmm. There's not, some of these places don't even have electricity. Jen's place they had to put that in recently. And it's because they created these areas, these little apartments, these little hostels for everyone to live in. Yeah. And the miners had one pair of clothes and 2 pairs of shoes. Yep. So, they didn't need a closet. Yeah. They were either sleeping in it or it was on the ground. Yeah. So
I learned in Germany, a lot of the houses, like the house that Stephanie's mom grew up in, mm-hmm. like they've changed it like a bunch of times. Like we were in a room, they're like, this used to be a kitchen or this used to be like a bedroom. Now it's a bathroom. And they like change all the house so much because they never build closets into the rooms. You know how in America, like rooms have closets built in?
Yeah. Right. They use the armoires,
in Europe,
right?
In Europe, they just like go to IKEA and get like a cabinet.
Portable closets. Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's what we got for our room down here. Is I bought an old shotgun closet, and it literally, John, fit within an inch of coming through our doorway. So it had to be built for this house because it was. It's about what you helped move it into, didn't you?
It's fucking big.
It's about 900 pounds, but yeah, it's made of some kind of wood they don't have anymore, and I got it.
The last one. That was the last tree.
It was some pukey green color, so I had to paint the whole thing. And Becky came down. And I go, I got you a closet, and she's like, "Huh, that's interesting."
That was a good find, though.
Yeah,
yeah.
In Germany, mostly I learned about closets, a little bit about Nazis, but mostly closets.
Oh, did you talk to anyone who was from the war?
Did I talk to any Nazis?
No, did you talk to anyone who would talk about the war or anything like that?
Oh,
if you're at a beer hall. There's got to be one table of these guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, well, they're all like 90 years old now.
Yeah.
They weren't hanging out at beer halls. And in beer halls, people hear me speaking English with my American accent, and so all the Americans want to come talk to me. And so there was this dude, there was a dude who was a super nice dude, but he was kind of weird. His name was Robert. I hope he listens. Maybe he's a fan. But he's a guy who's from LA. Used to be an actor. Now he lives in Berlin. And he just wanted to talk to me about how, the Germans are doing it right and America's run by corporations. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, there's probably somebody better here I could be talking to.
Did you explain to him the corporations in Germany? The one who made the abortion pill was a former Nazi. What was that? Mengele. The Mengele family is the pharmaceutical company, came up with the RU-46.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. They're doing good one life.
They haven't changed professions, is what I'm trying to tell you.
They just changed sides.
Doing
they
what
just changed sides.
Do, yeah.
We can do this easier with pill. I don't know. I did a Russian thing. I don't know. I've been watching too much news.
Yeah. That's kind of Polish.
Uh-huh.
So, John, what's your walk away? What was the
Could you live in Germany, John?
I don't know. I think I could.
They got great lenses for cameras.
They do. I don't think they actually need my skills in Germany, but I could live there. I really like Berlin. And I think people are super nice, and I like drinking lots of beer, and I like the food. I mean, the food is all like pork and potatoes and gravy, so I dug it. Yeah, I could probably live there.
What was something different that you ate this time, John?
I had blood sausage for the first time.
Oh my God.
Ooh, how was that?
It was good.
Done
I guess,
correctly.
but so here, I had it twice. I had it once at this like dinner place, and it was really good, but it was warm, and you ate it with like, sauerkraut and potatoes. So it all kind of mixed together. And then, I liked it. So the next day for breakfast, Stephanie's, uncle who would go and like get all the breakfast food stuff, he went to the butcher and got blood sausage for me to eat for breakfast.
Oh.
And I couldn't do it because it was cold and it was like eating congealed like blood and grit on like a piece of toast. And I was like, okay, well, maybe only for dinner. Maybe I'm not a morning.
Why
blood
didn't you
sausage
heat it up? Don't they have microwaves over there?
Not really.
Just ovens?
Breakfast was like, you don't like heat it up. You just take like cold cuts and cheese and put it on bread. And, so yeah.
So it's like Subway every morning.
Yeah. Basically.
You're like,
It's a lot of like every day. I did get kind of burnt out on the German breakfast of cold cuts and cheese on a piece of bread.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes.
Like everywhere you go. Because we were staying in in the bigger cities we were at hotels that had like awesome breakfasts, which American hotels, the continental breakfast is garbage. But in Germany, the breakfast is awesome. It's a huge spread of all these meats and cheeses and breads.
Yogurt and muesli.
Any vegetables?
No, just like pickles. Do pickles count as a vegetable?
Ooh,
I don't know.
Pickles are pickles, man.
Yeah.
Well, they're welcome anytime.
Could you find a banana anywhere? They're like, hey, you got a banana? And they're like, I can't
saw
look.
a banana, but nobody's touching it.
No.
I didn't want to be the first person to eat banana.
It's the national banana. You're just supposed to look at it. It travels like the Stanley Cup.
The blood sausage of breakfast, my friend.
John, I
got a question about blood sausage. Does it taste like it seems like it would taste?
Like pudding?
The hot one. Not the cold. I know what the cold one, I got that.
No, it's because it tastes like there's a lot of spices going on.
Yeah.
It's not like normal, like sausage, like fennel and stuff, but there's like some cinnamon and nutmeg. It's kind of Christmassy almost. Oh. So it's kind of like salt and garlic and nutmeg. And, so it kind of depends on the spices, I think. But it has the texture you would imagine. It's a really like soft, mushy texture.
Sure.
So yeah, it's the mouthfeel is like you would imagine it, but the taste kind of depends on like where it comes from, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I always fear it tastes like liver.
Oh, it
didn't taste like liver because that's what I asked. Because I asked if it would taste like all irony like liver, and it didn't. So
I didn't get that when I tasted liver.
Oh. First time I had liver was the last time I had liver.
Yeah, this could be another one of those things when I tried to make duck and when I tried to cook moose that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and now I'm totally disparaging two dishes because I don't know how to do them. I don't know how to prepare them correctly because I've had moose after that, and it's delicious. Nothing like I remember. There was probably less hair in the one that I had second.
Where'd you get the moose from?
Someone gave it to me, brought it to the bar, and I just had it and cooked it one day, but I cooked it like you'd cook a minute steak. And it's just not the way to do it, especially because the cut was probably one that you would put in like a stew or something.
You soak it in milk for 2 weeks? You gotta soak it in milk for 2 weeks.
Well, of course I put it in milk.
Why don't you just
dog milk.
Treat it like beaver and throw it away.
What else? Okay. Also my phone is dying fast. I gotta go grab my charger real quick. But other than that, I mean, So Ggreg, I sent you that video, and as this podcast is like basically a wildlife topical, I think it's appropriate. We went to the Berlin Zoo because we like to go to zoos because we don't really have an imagination when we travel, so we just go to the zoo. But the Berlin Zoo is like huge, and there's a bunch of cool stuff. And we found the monkey and ape enclosures, which is always like
the simian house.
Yeah, because it's like. It's the part of the zoo that really reminds you like this is like a jail because they all look sad. And, so we found, the baboons, and the main baboon dude, the big guy, was just sitting in the middle of their enclosure, and he was really going to town on himself. And so I immediately pulled out my phone and started filming him because I thought this is going to be funny just to get a video of a baboon jerking off in a zoo. And
funny.
Then it got way more intense and it became way more pornographic once he lifted his leg and jizzed in his hand, and then he started eating it. And as it was kind of like, it's probably the best thing I've ever filmed in my life. Right place, right time. And as it was happening, there was like a bunch of people by the window, and like there was like at least 20 people all gathered around the window watching him. And me and Stephanie were the only ones cracking up. I don't know what everybody else was.
Were you the only two naked too?
Yeah, we were. This was a clothing optional zoo.
Was for the monkey.
Optional route. But everybody else was just watching. I think they all had their kids with them, so maybe they were trying not to like crack up. But I was losing it. I could not believe what I was seeing. And the video is amazing.
Well, I've got the video. I can't put it up on Discord because it's too big. Yeah. But, I'll just explain it. I put a link up if, you'll give me the permission.
I'll put it on YouTube tonight.
If you take away the big branch that's hanging down in the area, he looks like he could be in a public bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an enclosure, but not an enclosure like we do out here.
Their natural habitat. Tile, fucking IKEA rack.
I don't want to shit on the Berlin Zoo, so I think I'll be fair to them. So I think all the apes had like, this was the indoor area.
Yeah.
But then there's a little tunnel above that you can't see in the video where they can go out to like their outdoor area.
Oh, okay.
It was nicer. So it wasn't like they didn't like just stick them in a bathroom and put some glass up.
Well, I'm going to try and play it here.
We'll grab your charger.
Are you watching it right now? Or no? Go grab your charger. We'll get a beer and then we'll play the audio.
Yeah.
I'm going to disconnect real fast. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. There's John.
Oh, you changed your shirt.
And we're back.
I'm back.
Did you put the heat up?
Trying to.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Go to any gas station. Get one of those little pigs with a suction cup on the back. It's so weird what you get at a gas station. In Germany, not only meat and cheese, but out here you can buy just about anything you can get at Best Buy. Yeah. You can get at the counter at a Gulp and Go.
Have
or
you
a
ever
Love's.
done that when they're trying to rush you and go, okay, what else? What do you need? What do you need? Go, hang on, you've got like 90 items all around the register.
Yeah. Put them somewhere else if I'm not allowed to browse.
I need a cigar clipper. Give me that. Is that back rub?
A wall charger.
Yeah.
But those things are the cheapest.
Heating pad?
Yeah, and it is one of those things where like, maybe that's why you want less time to actually consider your purchase because it's point of sale.
I mean,
it's like there is a time clicking. Someone's behind you.
Instant impulse buy.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Diapers and radishes.
That's
what kids. I don't know why.
I came in here for.
I panicked.
I'm allergic to red vegetables, and
I stopped impulse buying on Amazon so much. But now, like, I'll look at things or leave it in my cart for long enough that they just start emailing me now. Amazon, like, it's kind of the opposite of impulse buying, where they're just like hard selling me on things I looked at like months ago. Yeah,
have you seen the one where you saved it, like just so you remember what it was, and then they go, "Oh, it's gone up," and now you go, "Oh."
Did I tell you what that is?
Well,
I was just reading about that. That this is the thing is that we all know that cookies are collected in our computer. These things tell they tell things about what you're doing in your patterns. You don't have to accept that, but it's kind of the trade-off. Well, I was reading this one website. It said, what's the best way to get the best airfare? Because every time I look at an airfare, then it keeps going up. And they said, well, first of all, you have to understand when you're looking at it, chances are that website is noticing you hitting Boston, PA on a certain week over and over, and it keeps going up. But it's not going up because the fare's going up. It's going up because they know you're a hot buyer. Yep. You're making an impulse. You're getting closer and closer to that date and you haven't pulled the trigger. So you go into incognito mode on Google Chrome is a way to do it. And you clear out the cookies and do all that.
Yeah. Have you gone on without cookies? Cause I have cookies blocked and now 90% of the website. Hey, did you know you have cookies off? I go, yes, I do.
Yeah.
And they go, well, how are we possibly going to track your mating habits? And I go, I don't know. I guess you're not.
All right. I use Firefox now, and there's a just like a plugin you can get called Ghostly that will block websites from tracking you and installing cookies, and it'll tell you like how many cookies that a website tried to install that it blocked.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Recommend.
But have you had luck with them? Websites now are just going, well, no, and they're slowing content down and they're just fucking it all up on me. It's like, I'm not going to do it. And they go, accept cookies. I go, no. They're like, come on, do it. And I go, no. You don't know me, clearly, because I have cookies up.
Well, I mean, I trust Pornhub.
Yeah.
So
I mean, what's not to trust?
Well, they're doing it. They're doing it right.
Yeah. Good people.
Well, we were going to watch, speaking of Pornhub, we were going to watch your baboon here, crank a yank. I don't know how can you watch this at the same time? I was going to play the commentary, like we could comment.
We took the video. He knows what's going to happen. Can you tell by audio? Can you tell?
I guess you could point your webcam at it. I mean, or we could like try to synchronize and I play it from my phone at the same time. You push play.
Yeah, just hit. Well, no, because you're using your phone to record, right?
A mirror. I can hold a mirror up.
Then it'll stop.
I wish I had a mirror.
Hold a mirror right there.
Becker's always got the most sensible answer.
Nah, I do have a way to do this.
We are breaking technology rules here.
Let's see, where's the...
Hey, John, can you go to that new movie that just came out and FaceTime it?
Yeah.
That'd be great. I'll give you $2.
Oh.
I hate crowds.
It'll just have a camera in my hat, and every 2 minutes it'll look down at my popcorn.
That's not popcorn.
Yeah, it's not a mirror. I can't bank it off.
Yeah.
How come we don't have a mirror in here?
I don't know. Apparently,
Jesus.
Nobody wants to see themselves in a funhouse.
That is true. Well, John, I could just tell you what's happening.
Yeah, I'll just pretend it's a reaction video.
I'll play it on my phone at the same time, simultaneously.
This'll work.
I want to make sure I get it in the right spot. Yeah, where the German people explaining to the kids like, this is natural.
Mm-hmm.
There was like German people, and then there was like a couple from Australia, and I thought for sure the Australian people would be into it, but there wasn't much of a reaction from the people.
Oh yeah, see, that's another.
You and the girl leaning in, and everyone else backing up. It's weird.
I think it's funny that's another one of those American things.
Look at
yes, the American, he can't stomach it. Natural.
I mean, I couldn't stomach it like that baboon was stomaching it, but
I used to love the game where you'd be driving around and just for no reason, like anywhere USA, and you hit the brakes real quick and go, look! And it's a dog taking a shit in a yard. Hysterical every time. Okay, just hit
John.
play, John.
Hold on, John.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, so this is when I was like, this is going to be the greatest video ever, because look at him. And then he looked at it, and I was like, it doesn't get better than that. And then he tasted it, and I was like, I was going to die.
Oh. And you zoom in.
You get to zoom in, and you see the stretch. It's like he's eating a piece of gum. It just like stretches from his hand.
Spaghetti.
Oh.
And he loves it. He's like,
oh my God.
From between his fingers.
I don't know if this is illegal, but it should be.
I think we could possibly maybe suppose there's a vitamin deficiency going on
you
here.
You see another monkey just walk by and he has no interest in him. He's like, no.
He wasn't alone.
I'm fine.
Wait, it's not feeding time.
Yeah. I got this.
Bobo eats when he wants to eat.
If you're not going to do it, it's not going to suck itself. Yeah. Whoa.
He had no shame. He just didn't even turn his back to the people. This was the show he puts on.
Once again, you Americans, and you so shameful. The body, the fluids.
God,
how do you think we make blood sausage,
John? If there's a weird category for weird animal film, you've done it. You've gotten it. You've captured it.
I mean, I've heard of teenage boys at summer camp doing this, but I've never heard of baboons.
See, you haven't filmed that either. You haven't filmed that, right? Okay, because just stick with this, John. Don't go trying to get the holy grail of
this is John's this is the first part of John's documentary. This propelled me into a world of summer camps and shameful baboon jizz eating.
No, this is my new diet plan. This is how the protein needs to come from within. That's the highest quality protein.
I mean, his coat looks good.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a sheen to it.
He's a leader for a reason.
Yeah. We were talking while you were gone. That type of fucking baboon, the mandrill, is the most fucking ferocious fucking creature. It's just amazing. You see you Google mandrill and you see those fucking teeth. It's like where are the fucking horror movies featuring an escaped mandrill? That would tear up.
They don't even look real. That's what I told Greg. I gotta go find one of these. I'm not going to Germany, but I want to see one before I die or they die. And
man.
It just looked really incredible.
Would be great. You would just be like someone just cowering like in a cave while this thing just like licks jizz off its hands, and you know you're next.
Yeah, like okay, now I'm bored. I go, now you're bored.
I just watched you eat 3 loads of jizz.
Yeah, now he sits there and goes, you next. You're like, yours or mine?
Look, not on my best day could I jizz 3 times in a row. You are the leader.
We've evolved. Yeah.
He's the alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's big, and that thing would tear you apart. They're massive. I think
King Kong against a mandrill half the size of King Kong, the King Kong would just stay on the island. He would go into a cave and he just looks so fucking scary.
Why aren't the Japanese or the Chinese? They're doing all that crossbreeding DNA stuff. Why aren't they making these cross them with the horse or something?
How do you know they're not?
Yeah,
how do you know they're not?
Just the idea.
I mean, now if they weren't, they are, because they're listening to everything.
Well,
you just gave
We're giving away all our best American ideas.
But could you imagine a pack of those things running like Secretariat?
They would take over. It would take them. It would take them a week to get a big like a L.A. or New York, but it would take them a day to take over like Nebraska.
Oh yeah,
because they run fast.
Yeah, just
take over Nebraska.
Yeah, they can do the entire state. Look, all they are is muscle and a jizz factory and teeth. Those things, they don't stop for anything, John.
Our only hope is they stop long enough to jerk off that we can escape.
That's when they're vulnerable.
But this guy was definitely like, you saw the whole thing. It was like 2 pumps and he was done. So
I didn't even know that. I thought he was just scratching an itch. That's me watching TV.
Practice makes perfect.
I guess if you got your head in the game.
Yeah. I'm hungry now.
He solved it. He does not have to get off the couch to go eat.
Would you like to be the poor zoo guy that goes, yeah, we fed him everything. He won't eat peaches. He won't eat, jizz on it. Maybe he'll eat that. Give him blood pudding.
Here, add a little of this bleach to his food.
Oh. And I just, the Lion King led me to believe these baboons were very wise.
Oh, yeah.
And very, they could teach you about life. And
complete lie, huh?
I don't know if I learned anything from this guy.
I can't, but he just seems so calm. He's just like sitting there. Are those fake leaves on the ground? Because they look like they're completely like silk flowers.
He's definitely reached another level of comfortability with people that I don't have. So
he's just a German hanging out in a spa, dude.
Did you start like rebutting to him through the glass, going, "Oh no, this is how you say hi to them."
Just mirroring his actions.
Yes. He likes me.
John, if we learned anything from the movies, you said the Lion King. Clearly, the orangutan is the smartest from Planet of the Apes.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Dr. Zayas.
Planet of the Apes?
Dr. Zayas.
Jungle Book. I was going to say the Jungle Book.
Yeah, Jungle Book. What's his name?
You keep quoting cartoons.
Yeah, King Louie.
You keep quoting cartoons. I'm talking real life here.
I don't know the difference between cartoons and reality. If you tell me orangutans can't play jazz bands, I don't even know what's real. The orangutans are more sad because every time I see an orangutan, I think about that Vice story about the brothel in Thailand that had an orangutan.
Oh yeah.
Was he the doorman?
No, it was not a doorman. That would have been a much more humane job. It was definitely an attraction that men would pay for.
Oh my god.
And it's disgusting. Human beings are awful.
No, we're terrible people.
Yeah,
the robots are going to be so much nicer.
We deserve a Planet of the Apes type situation where they take over.
Just to put everything back in check?
Yeah.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, sorry to be.
Maybe that's why but maybe that is what propelled Dr. Zayas to go on to continue in education. He took those night courses that got him in on a scholarship.
Got the associate's degree.
He got the associates, and he advanced into. I mean, he was able to move from community college to a state university. And then go for his, and then when you.
But an apes only university.
That's
not like a real university.
But then when he could button his own shirt, they couldn't keep him out.
No,
couldn't keep him out.
Velcro could have changed his whole life.
Who invented Velcro? Dr. Zayas. Uncredited. I have to say that.
I could see an orangutan driving around like a Volvo with like a Humboldt University sticker on the back.
I would think that would be, if you had a orangutan that smoked pot, that'd be the funniest thing in the world. Because it would calm them. Certainly would calm them.
Coexist. But
and if he got really hungry, well, we all know what happened then. Yeah.
Here's the coexist bumper sticker, and there's a banana at the end.
Yep.
Well, John.
That's got to be a prequel to the Planet of the Apes series that hasn't been made yet.
Oh, could you imagine if you jump in your Uber and there's one of these fucking monkeys sitting in the front seat going, where are you going? You're like, really?
Well, you certainly wouldn't tell him how to drive.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm scared to death the whole time.
Next corner's fine. That's fine. Next corner's good.
Can't even get the radio on.
Just keeps playing jazz music. It's fucking orangutan.
Oh, he's not really driving. It's a self-driving car. We just put him in there so he didn't fucking throw up. He'll knock your fucking block off, buddy.
He can smell alcohol in your breath. Yeah. So I want to tell you right now, before you get in, you want to be careful.
That's it.
I wonder why. So when, the space program, first they sent dogs and cats, and then they started sending chimpanzees up to space. How come with self-driving cars, we're just putting people in right away? Why are we skipping the dogs and cats and chimpanzees?
Well, because dogs and cats and chimpanzees don't have to go anywhere. People have to go. Oh, you mean there's drivers?
There's drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's right. Why aren't we using test marking with things we don't care about?
Pets and monkeys don't have money. They don't have an account. They can't spend on Uber. But if you're talking about a driver.
No, remember the first space dog?
Give him a credit card.
Did you ever see that?
Let him go to town.
I'll get that on Twitter, like history pictures or whatever. And it shows that the space monkey lives, and it's got the little chimp reading the paper. That's a fucking great picture. And then there's the one with the dog, where the Russian one where they shoot him up and there's no plan to get him back. And I was looking at that one and go, oh, that's right.
Well, he got a statue, at least. I think there's a statue in like St. Petersburg or something.
Yeah, there's a Balto statue too, Greg. Or John.
Yeah, Greg. There's
Greg.
The Balto statue. It's a great attraction when you're drunk in Anchorage. You gotta
put your finger in his ass or sniff his ass.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's the number one photo.
When you walk around Europe and you see like statues of women and like the boobs are all shiny from people rubbing them.
Yeah.
You come to Anchorage, the Balto statue is just the asshole's all shiny. That's how you meet him.
I'm the first guy to do this. You're like, no, you're not.
Turns out it's not other dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a thing when we were in Europe. It was, like I said, there was a group of us. It was like 30 of us. And, whenever, as perfect ugly Americans, whenever we, went somewhere, we got drunk. And whenever we got somewhere and got drunk, then we'd take a picture in front of a statue with our pants down. Not sure why, not sure how it started, but, it happened quite a bit.
Funnier every time.
Well, the wisdom of years has not done anything but make me ashamed that could have been a reason to be sent home from Europe.
They tore most of those statues down,
Not enough, because we still found them. So anything else, John? You want to wrap up your summer vacation book report?
I had a great time. I now really appreciate Dramamine motion sickness pills for long flights.
Really?
That, put me out cold. Like on the way there, I slept like at least 6 out of the 9.5 hour flight. I slept because I took Dramamine and drank a bunch of beers before I got on the plane. I was out cold. So you're going on a long flight, motion sickness pills.
Did you get food on the plane?
I would wake up and there'd be food in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what was it, like German food or was it like American food?
Because
Costa Rica, they'll give you a Costa Rica food on the way down, which is funny because you go, I'm about to go eat the real thing.
I think so. Since it's like a 10-hour flight, we had 2 meals. One was always pasta. It was like, I was in coach, so the meals weren't great. It was like pasta and then like a potato salad and then like some sort of weird cobbler. So it was just like they threw a bunch of shit on a tray and they were like, here's a meal. No theme. And then the second meal would always be like bread and a couple of sausages and some like applesauce or something. So they were weird meals, but
they were soft in case you fell asleep during the flight.
Exactly.
Nothing with bones. Nothing.
Club sandwich with a toothpick.
Can I get a fork? No.
Well, John, I don't know about Dramamine because one of the side effects of Dramamine is nausea, which I thought was weird.
No, what's Dramamine is supposed to?
I know.
Keep you from being nauseous.
One of the side effects, it can create nausea. Why would you? Okay. But I'm just gonna say, I'll offer this. Why not take like a Benadryl?
Yeah, Benadryl will knock you out. Trust me, firsthand.
No, because I had Dramamine.
No, I understand.
Benadryl. I feel like I've taken more Benadryl in my life, so maybe will have less of an effect on me because I've definitely taken Benadryl and not gotten sleepy.
I never take Benadryl, and Becky the other day I got bit by a bug because the bug didn't know who I was, and she goes,
"He didn't see your laminate. The bug didn't see your laminate.
You know what it was? It was
your VIP.
Yeah, it was Becky and then Tracy. We were playing Yahtzee, and she goes, "Have you seen your eye?" I go, "Well, no, because they look out. They don't look in. I mean, that's stupid. Where's the mirror?"
Once again,
and
no mirror.
Yeah. So finally, and then Tracy looked over, and that's what threw me. She went, "Oh," and I went, "That was a weird look." I go, so I went and looked. I went, "Yeah, it's pretty swollen." She goes, "You better take some Benadryl."
Yeah.
So I took Benadryl. Then we came over here, and I sat in a chair, and I had all
That was that night?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That wasn't from sugar or anything. That is the effects of Benadryl when you never take it. But it was almost like a heroin coma where I kept
You're nodding.
in and out
Yeah.
going, but I could see everything and hear everything. Then it'd go, tunnel vision.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you couldn't go to Germany like that.
No, you can.
Mm-hmm.
You can.
You can. I mean, this is the start of me having to take pills on every flight I go on from now on. So,
like an American.
I highly recommend it. Whatever pills you got in your bag, just take them before you get on the plane.
Did you drink anything new? You went over, you had a lot of beer.
Like
and I know,
Ouzo. I know, but I mean like the German Ouzo. Like they go, nobody can drink.
Even German schnapps is different. Yeah. It's not syrupy like here. It's watery like vodka over there.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like blackberry schnapps.
Yes.
I had some blackberry schnapps. I had some rose schnapps. That was pretty good, kind of, but it also kind of like I'm drinking perfume. Maybe I'm just drinking perfume right now. I don't know.
You fell for it. It's like in a birdhouse blowing the horn.
He drank it. Yeah, it is perfume. Stupid. You think we love the French?
I had to spray it into
so
my mouth.
gullible.
Yeah. The bottle said sample on it. Yeah. It's called DK. It's good.
No, it's an atomizer. That's the best way.
It hits you pretty hard.
When we were over there, Jägermeister was still just climbing over here in the U.S. It was 89. So we went over there thinking Jägermeister would be we could rub elbows with the locals because we know your Jägermeister, right? Yeah. And your Heineken. Well, Heineken is.
No, they hate Heineken.
Yeah, exactly. I know, but we don't fucking know. It's not like
their Corona. Yeah.
So, and then Jägermeister is hobo drink over there. There's Baron Jäger. There's so many different things that actually taste good. It seems like the people who imported Jägermeister found the cheapest, most god awful swill that they don't want. They were
like, nobody's drinking this in Germany.
Yeah.
Let's send it to America and tell them it's like a party drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When really it's just a thing that like old guys would drink after dinner.
Yeah, and it was like a cough medicine too. It really was.
Yeah.
I mean, they said for coughs and
still
stuff.
can.
Because remember the German whooping cough? I mean, you think they don't have a history of polluting the air?
Yeah, if you read the small print on the Jägermeister bottle.
I did learn.
Might cause nausea.
Don't take with Dramamine.
Dramamine, yeah.
I learned in Munich that all of the beers, the beers in Germany are all like really regional, but they were saying that the beers are all owned by like big corporations like Coors and whatever the one that owns Budweiser. And they said the one beer that all the locals drink is Augustiner because it's the one family-owned brewery.
I remember Augustiner.
So that's my recommendation for anybody going to Munich.
Okay.
Stick to Augustiner. And they have the biggest beer garden too. We went to their beer garden that was like huge. It was so massive. It was like the size of the park strip in Anchorage. and just full of picnic tables and people drinking, and there was like multiple bands, so that was pretty great.
Oh, Oompa bands or like rock?
No, like Oompa bands.
Yeah.
Which the more you drink, the better they sound. So
there's nothing that makes you want to keep drinking.
Like Oompa bands.
It's just great background music.
Yeah.
You St. Pauli girls?
No.
A lot of braided hair, though. That's what I'm asking.
They only bring those out for Oktoberfest, I think, because like it was more of like a self-servicing where there'd be like beer stands where you'd go and pick up your beer and then walk through. It was more like a big cafeteria. You go pick up your beers and then you walk through and pay and then you go to your table.
So it's a Kia.
Yeah, I did learn that if any beer garden in Germany, if they don't have tablecloths on the table, you can bring your own food in, and that's like, I guess that's like a law in the entire country. Like, if they don't put tablecloths down, you can like bring in your own, like, you can bring in a chicken from outside and eat it. All you got to do is buy their beer.
That's amazing, actually,
that's
because I mean, just the idea that's got to be put in by the tablecloth manufacturer. They're like,
Exactly.
you don't have to, but it's going to cost you. Good luck cleaning up chicken
Says
bones.
who? Well,
Yeah.
you'll see.
I would like your tiny beer. Bring in this fucking 2 baskets
An
of food.
igloo
Yeah.
full, yeah, 2 picnic baskets.
Yeah. More rum chicken. No. You got booze hidden in the food.
What's it stuffed with? Airline bottles?
Sitting there fisting a chicken going, leave me alone. We're good.
It's the law. Well, John.
Yeah, it was great.
No, do you have anything else?
I think that's it.
Your
I mean,
parting
there's probably
shots?
more.
So did you drive there or did you get,
I didn't drive at all. I was
Okay.
drunk all the time.
Okay.
I'm not driving.
oh, I got you.
Why would you, right? There's really no
Yeah.
point to it.
The train's great. Any big city you're in, like the train, like the public transit's awesome. Going from city to city on the train is like pretty easy, but you do have to like buy your tickets in advance, which I didn't realize because they're like, the tickets go up from like $60 to like $300 in like a day. Germans are really into, advanced
Gouging?
planning.
Gouging?
Yeah. Gouging. And then when you ask like, so there was a situation where I was like, oh, I can buy a German rail pass and I could just go anywhere in Germany for like a week. And that'll be $200 for both me and Stephanie. But I didn't realize that you could only get that from the main train station because they don't explain anything. And then they were like, okay, so, but you can still go from Munich to Frankfurt. It's just going to cost you like $350. I'm like, oh, you fuckers.
So what did you buy though? You thought you bought the all-in-one ticket?
Well, that was the plan, was to buy that, but we were at the wrong train station and our train was like supposed to leave in like an hour. So they were like, well, you could go across town to the main train station and miss your train and like be stuck in Munich for like another day, or you can just buy the train ticket and leave.
And then have a whole week's worth of free rail travel.
Rail travel where you just
But
jumping
we weren't
on,
traveling
jumping
anywhere
on.
else. I was just doing it because it was like the cheapest option to get across the country.
Right.
So
Okay, well that's a good thing for the listener though. They'll understand now. Don't do
Yeah.
what John did. Go right to the main
Don't
train
do what I
station.
did.
Go to
I-
Munich.
I-
That's in Munich, right? What address?
go to the Hauptbahnhof, the main train station. Fuckers.
Right by the Hooters.
It's over by the Hooters.
Yep.
Same TGI Fridays on the corner there. Yeah.
You can't miss it.
They're closed on Friday. So weird.
Yeah, so is Taco
Unbelievable.
Bell.
Well, I do remember when I was traveling, I was under 30 at the time. And if you were under 30, the Eurail pass, like the month pass or the week pass, whatever it was super cheap. And as soon as you were like 31, it was like, it was that gouging price. Like, what the fuck, man?
Mm-hmm.
And my roommate was 34.
It's so weird. There's like 5 or 6 different prices for like every ticket, and there's like a bunch of different websites that tell you different things. And then you like get to the train station, and they're like, "Oh no, none of that's real."
Yeah.
And then like you can reserve seats, but they don't tell you that when you buy the ticket. So you just get on a train, and all the seats like say like reserved, and you're like confused. And so you just sit down and like you spend the entire train ride like looking over your shoulder at every stop, hoping nobody comes and takes your seats and tells you to move.
Not takes your seat, takes their seat.
Yeah.
Takes their seat.
Yes.
I would
Yeah.
just see, like, if I saw you and the girl, I'd be like, that's my seat.
No, she's fine. She's
Knowing
fine.
you have no idea. You're
You
like,
go.
Oh, are you sure? Yes.
The girl stays.
My seat. I want to put my legs on that one. Get up.
any like German who came at me with like a serious face could have just been like, that's my seat, and also you owe me 50 euros for sitting in my seat. And I would have been like, okay, here you go. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want to be that guy.
I'm just here for Birkenstocks and beer. I don't know what any of this means, so take my money.
So what is a €1 equal in US dollars?
It's only like, I think €1 is like $1.16 or something.
Oh,
so it's
close
just,
enough.
So it's like
close,
Canada.
Yeah. It's fairly close. Yeah, everything was pretty cheap. Beer is super cheap.
Did you buy lotto tickets?
I did not.
Germany has one of the greatest lotteries ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Guess you
that.
Didn't know that.
Well, he went into the.
Too busy filming the ape.
Well, he went into the. Well, thank God. He went into the gas stations for the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they advertise lot? What is it? Lotto.
Well, I don't know. It's just
Lotto.
German
they have an
lottery.
up inflection on the O.
It's huge. Yeah. You don't pay any taxes
it's just
on it.
O with an umlaut at the end.
Yeah. You don't have to pay any taxes. They just give you the cash. They just go, here, cash only.
I didn't see. Nobody talks about the lotto.
I guess they didn't want you to buy a ticket.
Yeah, they think you're over there just mining. Carpetbagger.
There are like little weird casinos everywhere, like, but they're not like, they're just like in a building, and it just says like casino play, like Spielen Casino, and like it's just a door, and maybe there's like just lights around the sign that says casino, but no other information, and they seem really shady.
But did you go in? Because in Costa Rica,
I didn't go in because I didn't want to get kidnapped by like a Turkish gang.
We figured out in Costa Rica when we would go through these little towns, they go casino, and we're like, oh, they have a casino. And Becky, she's like, all right, let's go. And it vaguely had some slot machines and maybe a table game that was closed always.
Yeah.
And it was a prostitution is what they were for.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so you went in going, oh, you want to
Games in
gamble?
front?
Would you like to gamble? Yeah.
Well, the craps table is closed, but
Is this your wife? And they're like, yeah. And you go, huh, all right, whatever. And Becky's like, I don't think the slot machines are on. I go, let's get out of here, honey. Don't touch anything.
Yeah, I just know I'd go in barely speaking any German, and I end up like, at best, I would lose a bunch of money. At worst, I get stabbed.
Hostel, the movie Hostel. There's just a big crate in the back that you just Shanghai go right to the floor.
God, then it's me sitting in a zoo eating my own shit while people
while the monkeys laugh at you.
Yeah. Shouldn't have gone in. Don't go into the casinos.
The baboon's filming him. Look at this fucking jerk.
He's eating it.
You call that a load? Well, John, I don't know what else to say. It sounds like a fantastic trip.
Yeah, it was great.
You're obviously going to go back.
Yep. We'll go back. And so now I'm planning my next big trip. I think is going to be the Bisbee area during Halloween time.
Oh,
so,
great.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get here in advance, we might be able to actually go out to Tucson or Phoenix to check out some haunts.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So other than that, and my brother, he sent a bunch of PA gear. Because we're planning on doing it in the yard next door, and he built a big pumpkin that has a pop-up thing that he's going to send out. So we're going to do some animations this year.
It's going to be off the hook.
Yeah.
Good gags. Good gags.
You'll be working the ditch. You stand in the ditch and go, ooh, there's bugs down here, man.
John, we got this crazy scene that's going to creep out everyone waiting in line.
Yeah.
We put you in a cage in this monkey outfit. And you're just going to squirt jizz in your hand and eat it.
Well, John, you had to wear the whole outfit. It's scorpion proof.
You'll be safe. You'll be safe.
Oh man, I'm gonna be the geek of the. He'll geek. He'll geek.
Oh yeah, he's a
geeker.
But yeah.
Well, Becker, you got anything?
How's the crime up there, John? Is it
still criming?
The crime I think is the same. No, they haven't fixed anything. But I did see that they are busy trying to figure out how to change the official seal of Anchorage.
I saw that. They're going to put handcuffs in a syringe.
Yeah. Yep. An empty bottle of R&R whiskey and a syringe would be perfect. Mm-hmm. That really represents what's going on. I don't know. I I'm gonna have to start paying for the ADN because they're being real secretive with their news.
Yeah, I can't get on it at
hey,
all.
clear the cookies on your Google Chrome.
I tried this, Greg.
Well, just go incognito though.
I tried it. They are blocking everything.
I might just start paying for the print paper because I don't know, because I'm a dumb millennial and I read an article about how it's better just to have news once a day, and I kind of want to see how big of a stack of newspapers I can make before they shut down.
Can we use your code so we can read the paper?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
You know, there's another thing you might try. There's a VPN will actually spoof your actual location. Try that. There's a one called Tunnel Bear. It's free.
Oh, I use their password manager.
Yes. So Tunnel Bear has a VPN that's free, and you get, I think, 1 gig or 500 megabytes or 1 gig, whatever, of traffic a month, and that renews every month. And I use it when I'm in an airport or at a hotel somewhere. I'll use the VPN so that no one can. It actually creates another layer of security, but it also spoofs where you're at. So like I can now gamble from Arizona on gamble sites to make bets because they think I'm actually in Mexico.
And I'm in Rome.
So try that one. Maybe there's a way to get around the ADN there. Becker, you should try it too because you say you're having problems with getting it now, right?
No, I know. It doesn't let you do it. They know. They don't want anybody to read the
ADN.
They don't want you to read it.
I also sometimes feel like I should pay for local journalism. Like, not often, but sometimes.
Just because you live there and you're a journalist.
Well, there's just, don't overlook the obvious. Why should you have to pay for it? No, the thing is, I was just pulling up. I mean, 8 of their stories out of their 12 stories are national stories. Oh,
yeah.
So-and-so is going to vote against whatever in Washington.
AP wire service.
I know. You're not giving me local news. You're giving me national news, and you're selling it to me.
It's because no one's buying the paper.
I just want to find out how the guy crashed into a cop car. That's all I want to know.
I should just put all the names of the local journalists in a hat, and every month I pick somebody out and just send them $20.
They'd appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm just going to send one single journalist $20 every month and be like, hey, use it wisely.
Shit.
Use it to go report on something that matters to me.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's your John Norris corner. John Norris minute.
Journalism. Key to democracy.
What's that?
That's my VPN.
Okay.
And it's, good all over the world. $50 a year. And,
Nice.
So, yeah. So
that's the one thing I was just reading in Inc. magazine was that what's going to happen, and it probably will make sense once I tell you, is that there's one internet, but there's not only one internet. If you look at like North Korea or China, they actually created their own internet that segregates. So what the progression is going to be, and it's already starting to happen with having to pay tax now on buying things online.
Right, yeah.
It's because no one thought this was going to be commercially viable like it is now. So that's why when it came online, it was just academia and the government, right? Then it became now it's still the Wild Wild West. Yeah. There's going to be splinter nets to where other people are going to create state by state or nation by nation.
So I can go on Mississippi's internet?
Well, when you go to Mississippi, you're going to get a different internet than you're going to get here because they're going to control their own and it's going to all be tied into corporations. Oh, you need jeans? Well, you'll go to Beals because Target isn't paying to be a sponsor, ranked up higher.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's all going to happen. And that's
sounds
one
horrible.
of the reasons.
I don't know if the future sounds so good the way you said it.
But the one thing I was thinking was like, wait a minute, this is the good time?
Yeah, this is it?
This is it?
Hey, I don't care what you said. I just had told Becky yesterday, I go, I don't understand how Facebook stock is maintaining when they're claiming they destroyed the election and everything. I go, how are they going to be held accountable? And then remember he did his under oath testimony where he goes, even my information was stolen.
Yeah.
I go, fuck you. It was not, you lying prick. If you're under oath, you'd be on fucking conspiracy charges right now. And then today hit. And it dropped 20%. He lost $160 billion.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. Sorry, you little fruit nut. And now they're actually gathering around to kick him out. So expect to see.
You're talking about Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Zuckerberg. They're going to knock him out. Yeah, he's going to be sitting at Papa John's guy, and they're going to go, I didn't do anything. He goes, I never said it.
Hey, you want to order out?
Yeah. Fake news.
Sorry, bro. Hey, I know how you can get some protein.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to a life celebration in Big Sur. If it's not on fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
The Yosemite is on fire right now, and there's another spot up near Redding that's on fire. But last year was when Big Sur and a bunch of areas up there were on. That's on the coast.
Do you know that too? That when they have the fires up there, that was the thing. They have all the legal. I mean, now they legalize weed. All the grow operations can't get insurance.
Why?
They won't give you insurance for for marijuana. For your building and stuff, so it's all burning down. They're trying to do Kickstarters, going, "Hey, you want to give us money? Our entire crop burned up." And it's like, "No, but I'll stand close." Sell hot dogs out of my minivan.
Yeah, isn't there can't private companies give them insurance though?
They could. Nobody will though, because they're just like, yeah.
It's a tough thing to be legitimized by the state, saying, yeah, you can run a business, you have to get a business license, you have to do all these things, and then not be able to deposit money into a bank or to be associated with the ATM outside there has to be a third party. It's like, either fucking do it or don't do it. I mean, that's the problem. They're taxing these motherfuckers so much that they're making other people go back to their dealers.
Well, that's what they did with that one, because Anchorage tax, they make them, they tax them. So that one guy, he has a grow thing like in, say, Talkeetna. He sent $136,000 in cash in a box to him, and they're like, hey, what is this? Yeah. And he's like, that's your money. I don't know what the fuck you expect me to do.
Give it to him in fucking pennies. You can't listen. You can't have a business that the state
give it to him in weed.
State and there you are.
$136,000 in weed. There you go. Enjoy.
How can you make a business go through all these hoops, and then to be a business and to hang a shingle and be open for business, and then make it illegal for a bank to accept their money and into a bank account? It just doesn't seem right.
No,
it just seems like it would promote people doing illegal shit, since they have a bunch of cash lying around and they got to do something with it.
And that's why you can't get insurance, to be honest. That's why, because they're worried about robbery and everything else on the premises. Because like in Anchorage, you can go online and see all their entire grow operation. It has to be public. It's all public.
Sure.
All their security points, everything. And then you go, so you're telling me you got $500,000 worth of weed in that warehouse over off C Street? Fuck yeah. And I'm not saying they'd use bad judgment, but you're getting robbed. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
I feel like there's been a couple robberies that I heard about, and usually they're like just people at night breaking in. Maybe they have like one person hanging out there watching the place. So when 4 dudes run up with shotguns, like the guard's gonna put his gun down and be like, "Take whatever you want."
Yeah, yeah. I like the idea of security. I don't.
Not if we put baboons as guards.
That's it. Baboon's not saying no.
We just got to keep his hand off his tallywhacker.
Could you imagine those guys all coming in their ski mask in July and going, "Hey, give us your," and the baboons just start ripping their face off, and they're like, "What the fuck? This is inhumane."
I like the idea of a baboon security guard. He's like, "Do you want like a TV or a radio? It's going to be a long night." Like, I got it. I'm okay. I can entertain myself.
I'm fine. Hey, do those cameras, are they on?
Yeah. I like some privacy, please. All right. You've listened to another informative episode of Near the Wild. I'm Matt Becker, sitting near, quite frankly, the oldest tree in Bisbee.
I'm John Norris in a dark studio in Anchorage, Alaska, hoping every one of our listeners can come to Germany with me next time.
This is Ggreg Chaille, standing next to Becker, mourning the loss of the second oldest crocodile Juniper in Warren.
R.I.P.
I think
is that the life celebration you're going to? Are you guys going to glasses?
Ironically, we're going to burn it.
Yeah, we're going to have a barbecue.
Its dream was to die in a forest fire in California.
Oh, we'll appreciate it.
It didn't make it, but yeah, just the idea of somebody going with you to Germany is very funny. They'll be like the whole time correcting you, going, "Shouldn't we go the main train chasing? That's where you get the thing." I told you that. No, you didn't. Don't eat cold blood sausage.
You've been listening to the Near the Wild podcast with Matt Becker, John Norris, and Ggreg Chaille. Recorded in Anchorage, Alaska on Matt Becker's backyard bus. Produced and engineered in Bisbee, Arizona by Chaille.
I'm supposed to go fishing with Stephanie's dad on Saturday, but Seward's like, weather's been really shitty, but I feel like he's going to make me go still. And
He's not taking no for an answer.
I think he just likes to see me puke. Like every
That's
time.
his thing?
The last 2 times I've gone with him, I puked off the side of the boat.
Wow.
And that's like at the beginning. Then it's like, all right, well, only another 6 hours of this left to go. So
What do you eat before you go? Eat pudding.
pudding?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I'd go the other way. I'd go the other way. Eat something totally gross so that he goes, no, John, this is the last time I'm taking you.
Blood sausage. I'm going to eat like 12 blood sausages.
You ate shoe polish and corn? Jesus Christ.
Banana peels, chicken bones.
That's a whole fish. That's a fucking whole fish he just threw up.
Seagulls won't eat it.
We caught 3 fish, but John threw 1 up. So I don't know.
They got a string. He puts a string around your neck, and when you get your fish out, he pulls it and you have to spit it out.